What were you pointing at?
My candles, they turn on like one at a time at this point in time every night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ghost candles.
I do it as like a nightlight because I don't have one.
It's like, are they like clapper candles?
No,
like,
they're on a timer. So they come on and burn for 6 hours and they go off and that's it.
That's cool.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
It's just funny that they were coming on while we were doing this.
They're mood candles. They set the mood.
Gotta set the mood right. Promise, girl, you'll be alright.
I say I promise it's gonna be alright, babe. It's gonna be alright.
No.
We'll make
Till the night closes in. Till the night closes in. Fail hitting those high notes.
somewhere other than the night. She needs to hear I love you. Wow.
Have I told you lately that I love you? Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart, you raspy voice. You screwed over Rachel Hunter. I will hurt you for that. Oh gosh. Oh well. That's just like David Coverdale getting rid of Tawny Katane. Why?
David Coverdale. Did you just make a Whitesnake reference? Here I go again.
Well, David Coverdale got rid of Tawny Katane. Why? Why? The red hair on that freaking sports car, dude.
Maybe she dented the hood of the Jaguar.
Who cares?
He is.
I mean, honestly, dude, she could she could give me another dent in the back of my head for all I cared, dude.
The medulla oblongata, mama.
The medulla oblongata. La medulla oblongata.
It's the Gran Turismo oblongata.
Oh, yeah.
The GTO.
Welcome to my GTO.
That's good. That's good. Oh, gosh. Gosh, dude, we have been doing this for almost an hour now. This is awesome.
It's randomity.
Dude, we just got on here and just started talking and haven't looked back. I mean, Jesse's over there constantly just drawing and all this, and he's chiming in every now and again. But I saw the drawings he had before; they were amazing. You should see them sometime. I'll post them online.
I was gonna say you most likely will be able to see them.
Yeah. Fight, kiss.
Fight.
This has really been just like a test run to see what we're gonna be able to do together. And
dude, I'm gonna post this online as soon as I get home. I'm gonna splice it together. Cut out the parts. I just might put it online uncut. Who knows? Because we haven't really said anything horrible.
No,
we haven't. We've been fairly censored.
fairly laid back.
Yeah, fairly. Well, dude, we're just having fun. I mean, honestly, we just been at it. What do you say?
I will say we've been at it, but I will say that we do not have the copyrights for some of the references we've made.
Well,
so.
What about, dude? I mean, we're just making reference. You see,
we are making reference.
We're making reference, but dude.
Please don't.
If we're not making money directly off of them, you see, if we were making money directly off of them by stealing, like clips from their show and putting it on there,
that's true.
Then we would be doing that. But if we're making money just talking about it, that something that inspires conversation, then we're really not doing anything wrong.
True.
See, intellectual property theft is stealing the actual property. But you see, if we were to, put the video on there of us of that, then we would be in trouble. That's just like Doug Walker. Doug Walker, he doesn't put clips from the movie on there anymore.
That's true.
Because of, now that he's retired from the Nostalgia Critic, he doesn't put any more of this stuff on there, from the movies. So we won't do that. We'll just talk about it and, maybe show like a promo photo of it, a free promo photo, not clips from the actual show.
Speaking of promo, something that's been out there everywhere in your face to everything Jesse and I have seen, Evil Dead.
Oh,
remake
my
of Evil
gosh.
Dead.
Dude.
Oh man.
Watching the Red Band trailer of it, the Red Band trailer, the long version, my skepticism died within the first minute.
Oh yeah,
of watching
mine too.
it, because I was like, oh gosh, this is gonna be horrible. Next thing you know, I see the tree scene, and then the vomit scene in the trailer, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be awesome.
I'll admit, at first I had my doubts, and then when I heard that they were both on when Romero and
or when Raimi and
Campbell. When Raimi and Campbell were both all about it, and they were saying that they liked it, and I had doubts still though. And then when that first Red Band trailer came out, I was on it, and I'm still on it.
Yeah,
and it's just everywhere. They've got this thing where it's like dare to scare, and it's like show your scare, and you can go online and you can watch people's reactions to the trailer.
Yeah,
and just everything that Jesse and I went and seen recently, it's played before.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the utility knife thing too.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
He's not
God.
seen that.
He hasn't seen the Red Band trailer?
No, he's not seen the trailer where she's licking the knife.
We'll have to show you that, dude.
Yeah.
We will have to show you that.
Well, we know a girl that's forked her tongue recently, and I know that's it just iterates to what that scene looks like.
Oh gosh.
But it just is crazy.
Well, I saw the original Evil Dead. The original Evil Dead was shocking at the time, dude.
Filmed in Morristown, Tennessee.
Yes, with the twisted trees, and the trees there are actually like that too.
Mm-hmm.
They're twisted and they're like real demonic looking.
Morristown's like an hour and a half down the road.
Yeah. Dude, we could go there and shoot our own Evil Dead parody.
Well, there's very little left.
Oh yeah, the cabin's gone.
Cabin's gone.
Well, we could do like tents, like little tents.
From what I understand, we're not supposed to even go near the property anymore.
Why?
They've got like no trespassing stuff up now. Yeah,
that's just ridiculous.
Well, I mean, people own that property.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the grave of Jim Morrison in Paris. I mean, honestly, people go to like parties at Jim Morrison's grave and all that, and all the tombstones in there get like defaced from people pissing on them and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's actually one gravestone in America that's free. Well, it's somewhat free to get to that makes more money than what you'd think. The grave of Benjamin Franklin.
Well, yeah.
He coined the phrase, "A penny saved is a penny earned."
Yeah.
There's a person in Philadelphia that actually gets paid to go out there and sweep pennies up off of that thing daily. And you can reach through the fence and drop pennies on it without even having to pay to go into the cemetery.
Well, that's just like the grave of Elvis, dude. I mean, honestly, I haven't been there. I've been to Graceland. I actually autographed the wall there at Graceland like so many others. But, Evil Dead, oh my God. We went from Evil Dead to Elvis. That's hilarious.
They both start with E.
Yes.
They both start with V and
E, not V.
Hey,
Eve.
I know.
What?
They both have a V and an E.
Yeah.
And an I.
Actually,
And
Elvis.
Elvis is evil.
Elvis is evils.
It's evil Elvis.
I mean,
I'm coming to kill you, baby.
oh gosh, the College Humor. Have you ever seen the College Humor Super Bingo thing that they did?
No.
They had the Super Bingo parlor has played tribute to some of the most famous moments in history, and it shows like Elvis, the date of Elvis's death. Elvis is in there in the bingo hall. And then he turns into a peanut butter and banana sandwiches and goes, "Tell no one," and flies away.
Sheesh.
I couldn't stop laughing. It's like, tell no one. Flies away.
That's kind of odd. There was a place I went to in Atlanta called the Vortex, the Laughing Skull. They have an Elvis burger, which is a hamburger with melted peanut butter on it.
Really?
Yeah. And this is kind of a sketchy looking place too.
Well, dude, that's just like in at St. Louis's, the Cardinal, the Miller Park. Is it Miller Park or Busch Stadium?
I have to look it up.
Where the Cardinals play.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a world famous burger there that's a Krispy Kreme donut, for a bun.
Wow.
Oh, dude! From what I hear, it's like one of the best burgers in the world.
Maybe better than what I think.
Yeah, but
Well,
yeah, we were talking. Here we are talking about Krispy Kreme burgers and Evil Dead.
If you want to talk about donuts, there's this place down the street, and I'm talking like this because it's kind of sketchy. It's called the Blackbird Bakery. They make a donut that has maple syrup. That is a blueberry pancake donut.
Oh yeah.
And it has bacon topping on it.
Oh my god.
Now they don't keep it out in the little like display case out front. You kind of have to ask them for it. And the day I went and got it, there was another guy working the counter, and I walked in and I looked around at all the things they had on display, and I was like, I kind of looked like I was talking to D-Ware. I was like, "Hey man, you got there bacon donut?" He goes, "Yeah, I got it for you." And it's like behind the bag, like he had to get it from somewhere in the bag.
Oh gosh.
But it is delectable.
Well, there's actually a at the college in my hometown, UVA Wise, Virginia, UVA Wise. Shout out to the Cavaliers. But anyway, there's a fraternity there, Pi Cap. They're Pi Kappa Phi. They are they're a fraternity, and there is a little thing you have to do whenever you're pledged there.
Mm-hmm.
I've paid witness to it several times. It's at the local McDonald's. The person who's a pledge goes in there and is told to order, without any prior context to what it is, told to order a McGangbang. and me, I'd never heard it before, and I was in there, and my friend Clint, who is a Pi Cap, he told me, I asked him about it. I'm like, dude, people came in there from your fraternity, and they're like, dude, what's a McGangbang? And he's like, dude, I can't tell you. And I'm like, dude, what? Just tell me what it is. And he's like, dude, I can't tell you. I won't tell you. And I'm like, and I had to find out for myself. Turns out a McGangbang is when you order a McDouble and a McChicken, and you take the bun off the top of one, and the top bun off one, and the bottom bun off another, and you stack them on top of each other, and you have to eat it. And that's a McGangbang. And I was like, why is that such a secret? I mean, honestly, is that like one of the secrets of the universe? Like if a pledge doesn't eat one, that the world's going to explode or something? But anyway.
It's not like the Royale with cheese.
The Royale with cheese. Pulp Fiction reference. Quentin Tarantino, you are the man. One of my favorite movies of all time. I watched it on a whim one day.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was like 10 years old, and I heard like it was like a crazy movie from all these kids at school, and I was just like, yeah, it can't be that bad. Watched it.
Can't be that
Say
bad.
what? One more time. One more time.
What? The first scene. I mean, honestly. Honey Bun. What's their names? Honey Bunny and Ringo and Honey Bunny. Them sitting there at that coffee table and them having the conversation and all this. And I was just like, what's this movie? And then all of a sudden I realized what they're talking about, like robbing the place. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? And then all of a sudden, everybody cool, this is a robbery. Any of you move, I'm going to execute every last one of you. And I was just like, whoa! And all of a sudden, that music by Dick Dale starts. You know, and then all of a sudden, it goes into Jungle Boogie by Kool and the Gang. And I was just, that's one of my jams too, dude. That was one of my favorite songs growing up. But anyway, the very first scene, it's like, we should have shotguns. How many are there? 3 or 4. We should have friggin' shotguns. and them walking up there and them talking and everything, just calm conversation. They're going to kill these people. And they're having like calm conversation like you and I would have. Like it's not a date, man. You're taking out the boss's daughter. You're taking out the boss's wife.
It's not a date.
It's not a date.
Where are you guys going?
We're not. Jackrabbit
Slims.
It's like,
which is not a real restaurant. I was sad to find out.
I was sad to find that out
because that would be a cool place to go.
Yes, it would. Buddy Holly is your server.
Eating car booths.
Yes.
Eating booths shaped like a car. Come on.
Yeah, and little
that technically
cars.
does exist. Have y'all ever been to MGM Studios or Hollywood Studios? Depending on what year you went to Disney World.
No.
Freaking A. It's called the Sci-Fi Drive-In, and there's these old 50 classic cars. You go in there, you sit down, you order your food. It's just like a sci-fi dine-in, and you get to sit in these cars that are like dressed in the 50s. And if you look at the back of the vehicles, the license plates, there are all the Imagineers / artists that did Disney, like that were actually alive when Disney was around.
The 9 old men?
No, not the basic animators.
Oh, okay.
Like in general, but they're mainly the Imagineers.
Okay. Oh yeah. I know what you mean now.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. I was kind of caught off context there. Yeah. But yeah, Pulp Fiction. I watched it on a whim, and after I got done watching it, I went to school, and the first thing I could mutter when my friends asked me about it, and I quoted Christopher Walken.
Oh god.
Christopher Walken scene, which is completely out of nowhere, but yet it's awesome because it's Christopher Walken
with the stopwatch.
Yes, the watch, the daddy's watch. He's like, went around with this uncomfortable piece of metal, crammed up my, crammed up my. I just couldn't stop laughing. But I quoted Christopher Walken. First day I came back, and they're like, dude, what'd you think of it? And I'm like, oh, I kind of feel like I've had a huge chunk of metal crammed uncomfortably at my and they're like, oh, dude, what? I knew it. You watched it. How was it? And I'm like, dude, it was awesome. I mean, honestly, I'm going to watch it again. And I watched it like 2 or 3 more times in a row.
I've got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I saw that over there, man. But oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies. I mean, honestly, Quentin Tarantino. After that, he hasn't done wrong so far in my book.
I nabbed that for $4 off Amazon at Christmas for Blu-ray.
Yeah,
I was like, yes.
My least favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is probably Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
Yeah, which it was good in its own respect. It's just he tried adapting someone else's story, Elmore Leonard, which Elmore Leonard is a great writer in his own right. But, you know, it's just, it didn't feel right. You know, because they've changed so many things. Like Jackie Brown was originally supposed to be a white woman. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they made her Pam Grier, which is a cool choice because Pam Grier's awesome.
It goes back to all those movies. Those B-roll movies,
blaxploitation films. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I love. I love those movies.
They're fun to watch.
Yeah. Like the Dolomite movies crack me up. It's like that woman waiting on the corner. It's like, and he's like, "Hey, baby, what you doing?" "I'm waiting for Dolomite." For who? Dolomite, mother. You heard her. But and it's just, and I watched that movie, and you know, he's just like the telegraph punches and all this, you know. And they actually made fun of that. Damon Wayans had that. It was in the movie The Great White Height. He was sitting there watching it. He was smoking a cigarette, and he was supposed to go out and box this one guy in a later part of the movie. Mm-hmm. And he's like, dude, I'm watching Dolomite. It's my jam, dude. He's like, this is my inspiration. And he's like, and Dolomite's just
was Shaft before Shaft.
Well, Shaft, dude. Shaft's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, well, Shaft is great.
It's the first full-fledged, you know, serious blaxploitation movie.
Mm-hmm, it is.
And I love Shaft. The first Shaft movie, you know, with Richard Roundtree. Is it Richard Roundtree?
Richard Roundtree.
Yeah, dude, I love that guy. I mean, honestly, he's
amazing.
Yeah. You know, I can't explain it. It's just awesomeness. He exudes awesomeness. He was the Samuel L. Jackson before Samuel L. Jackson came along, and then Samuel L. Jackson played him in the recent one.
Let's see, Richard Roundtree.
Yeah.
What else was he in? Quentin Tarantino, George Clooney. What is it? Where they're hunting vampires?
Oh yeah.
I've got it.
Oh no, wait, that was Fred Williamson.
Is it Fred Williamson?
That was Fred Williamson.
It is Fred Williamson.
Yeah, Richard Roundtree. Richard Roundtree. He was actually in Brick with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was the high school principal when Joseph Gordon-Levitt was a kid like on the verge of this huge drug bust.
That makes me look bad. Sorry.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
Similar looking actors.
It's just I watched Brick a lot because it was part of a film class I had to watch because it was like considered like the return of noir in movies, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Quentin Tarantino's been doing this for the last 14 years, and they're now saying it's back. Whatever, but
Reservoir Dogs was amazing.
Yeah, that was the return of noir in movies.
A film where absolutely nothing happens.
Where a lot of people die.
2 hours of dialogue and dead people and nothing happens.
Well, Tarantino's just a dialoguist from the very beginning. He was a great dialogue.
I don't tip.
Huh?
I don't tip.
And the Mr. Blonde. No, Mr. Blonde's interaction with the cop, the ear slicing with the friggin' razor, dousing him with gas.
No spoiler alert if you've not seen Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs
crazy.
Is awesome.
Movie's over 20 years old.
Yeah. And, dude, I bought the anniversary edition, the one that had the gas can. The gas can and the Bob's Burgers. Bob's Pancake House. Bob's Pancake House. Yeah, and it had the matchbook in it and everything. And I was just like, I have to get this. I have to get this.
I have to.
And I got it, and it's awesome. Fight Club. That's another movie that's one of my favorites.
On my Blu-ray of Fight Club, when it comes on,
yes,
it goes up to Never Been Kissed. And I was like, I put it in, and I was like, what is this crap?
And then all of a sudden it starts flaking over, and you're just like, oh. They actually had like a huge thing on that. They asked David Fincher about that, and he's like, we just wanted to fool the crap out of people. We just wanted people to go, what the heck is this? I thought this was Fight Club. And then all of a sudden it switches over. I couldn't stop laughing when it happened. I was like, what? No.
It was amazing.
And then all of a sudden it clicks over, and I'm just like,
I was like, what's wrong with my DVD? And I heard my Blu-ray, and I was like, oh, I get it. Sorry.
David Fincher, he's one of my favorite directors. Honestly, his movies are just beautiful. I mean, the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Have you seen it?
See it?
Oh, dude, I've seen it multiple times, and I gotta tell you, I keep discovering new things about it the more I watch it. It's that layered. And The Social Network as well. Didn't see it.
I'm a little bit behind on a few things. I know.
Well, The Social Network. Well, David Fincher's films. He did The Girl with the remake. He did his own version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Okay, I did see that,
which was awesome.
It's really good. I've seen both versions.
Yeah, I think both are superior in their own ways. The Swedish version, because it's Swedish. It's its natural language. But I felt David Fincher, his directing was better.
That remake of the song at the first of that too, though, of the immigrant song.
Yeah. Oh yes, the intro. The intro of that is probably the best intro I've ever seen.
Amazing.
And plus, Noomi Rapace. Noomi Rapace was a better. I love Rooney Mara. She did a great job as Elizabeth, but you can't outdo perfection. Noomi Rapace was perfect as Elizabeth. But Daniel Craig, I couldn't get over. He's British. He's a British guy playing a Swedish guy. Which he said, he's actually heard Swedish people talking in British accents, which I just couldn't believe.
I don't like Daniel Craig.
You don't like him?
No, I'm not even into the new Bond.
Oh my god, dude! Casino Royale is probably one of the best Bond films. Skyfall was pretty good, and Quantum of Solace was Quantum was okay.
I get really panned on my Bond choice, though. My Bond choice is the one that everybody hates.
Sean Connery.
No.
That's
Timothy
my
Dalton.
favorite.
Roger Moore. Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton is my favorite. But I mean, and it's just, I guess it's because of when I was born. It's the first one I was introduced to.
Well, of course.
It's the first you're introduced
first
to.
exposure,
and License to Kill. And,
I guess mine would be Pierce Brosnan then.
But Pierce Brosnan, Pierce Brosnan for me as well.
But oddly enough, Living Daylights is probably my favorite song because it's Duran Duran.
Yeah.
View to Kill.
Yeah, View to Kill. Me.
Live and Let Die.
Well, Live and Let Die was pretty good.
Live
Paul
and Let
McCartney,
Die.
Wings. Yeah. Well.
Before Axl Rose did it.
Yeah. Well, me. It's just like first exposure. That's one thing about certain things that gets me. Like the first time I heard Johnny Be Good was in Back to the Future, and then I heard Chuck Berry's version, and I thought I don't like the Chuck Berry version as much
because you were used to the Marty McFly.
Well, yeah, because I felt it was more energized. I thought it was better. But you see,
80s.
Well, no, not just 80s. Well, not just 80s. It had respect for the blues and the original rock and roll roots to it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like Rick Astley remade it or something. They actually did.
Just brought up the Rick roll.
Yes.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around and desert you.
Never gonna give you up. Oh gosh. Okay, we need to stop there. But first exposure, that's just like certain things, I see certain things first, and then I see the original later, or I see a remake later,
mm-hmm.
but I always prefer the original. And I always prefer what I first see.
Well, that's like Mad World. I didn't realize Gary Jules wasn't the original writer.
Yeah, it was Tears for Fears,
mm-hmm.
and Tears for Fears, it was more of a poppy sound to it. But Gary Jules' was just haunting.
Gary Jules just made you cry.
Yeah, I heard that song and it just gave me chills.
It's like he's like, hey, I'm going to make this song into something that just sounds nasty.
Yeah, well, not just nasty, but just like melancholy and depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I felt while listening to it.
There's a version of "Fight for Your Right to Party" like that. I don't remember who the singer is, but he just takes it and slows it down. And
well, that's like yeah. He did
and
the same thing with one of Drowning Pool's songs. Let the Bodies Hit the
same
Floor.
Person.
You don't think?
I don't think it is.
Because I know he did. He did some other songs and he slowed them down, and it's just like. This is kind of creepy.
Well, Tony Bennett. Well, there's a guy who did like a Tony Bennett version of "Get Down with the Sickness" that was in the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah, that's Richard Trees.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That's what I was talking about.
That was awesome. Yeah. I love that. It was like, "Your mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness."
Yeah,
get
that's
up,
Richard
come
Cheese.
on, get down with the sickness.
He's got a whole album of stuff.
I couldn't help but laugh and just like headbang to it, like during the horn part when the horn section came in. I was just like, "Mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness."
Well, there's people who've done stuff like that too. Shatner just did an album like that recently.
Oh gosh, his spoken word album.
His spoken word metal album.
Oh gosh,
he did Iron Man.
What?
He's like, I am Iron Man.
And people buy this?
Oh yeah, and he's like,
dude, it's
there's
Shatner,
video of him
Captain
doing
Kirk. Dude, it's Captain Kirk.
There's video of him doing this like on YouTube, and it's seriously kind of like what we're doing now. He's just like in a sound booth, and he's yelling at a microphone. It's like he's like, I am Iron Man, and his face is like turning red and stuff.
He's like doing it. He's going
all out for it, dude. It's crazy nuts.
I want to YouTube this like now.
Oh gosh, his version of Rocket Man. I still prefer Elton John because it's actually a song. But Rocket. But I still watch Shatner's Rocket Man whenever I need to get a good laugh going. Because
when we say Rocket Man, we're talking about Rocket Man.
Yes, yeah. He did a version of Rocket Man like the Sci-Fi Awards 20, 30 years ago, which was absolutely hilarious. He's like, "She packed my bags last night. Pre-flight, 0 hour,
9 a.m.
9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then.
Rocket Man.
And I think it's gonna be a very long time.
Long time.
Long time before it brings me down."
Rocket Man.
Yes. And there's like split versions of himself that split off, like a drunk version of himself, and he's like, "And I think it's gonna be a very long time before." I couldn't help but laugh every time I needed to laugh. I watched that because it's Shatner being Shatner. He's not trying to put anything over on it. He's just being himself, and I that is hilarious.
I actually saw Elton John do that live in the middle of 60,000 people.
Really?
Philadelphia Stadium. He sold out 2 nights in a row. Him and Billy Joel. So
Billy Joel.
yeah,
The two piano men side by side.
It's called Face to Face with the pianos.
Is awesome.
Yeah.
Joel and John.
Oh my God! So lucky to get those tickets. So lucky to be there for that.
Rub it in.
Sorry.
Dude, no, it's cool, dude. I'm okay with it because at least I get to hear about it, someone's experience at it, instead of having nothing to go off of. But
we were probably 20 rows back, maybe. I was on the field, like I was on the Philadelphia baseball stadium field, at Citizens Bank Park. It was the year that the Phillies had won the World Series.
Yeah.
So it was just after they won the series, and we were there.
Yeah.
What was the next summer we were there? And it's just amazing to be on the same field where they won the series, and just to be there with Philadelphia Freedom, Allentown. Those are both Pennsylvania songs. But it's really weird to see two artists play each other's songs.
Yeah.
They did that with several parts. Like one would start out on a piece of the other's song, and the other would take over in the middle, and then they would both do it together. They did Tiny Dancer together.
Yes.
They did.
Blue Jean Baby.
Have you ever seen Dave Grohl's version of that?
No, I haven't.
It's on Jimmy Kimmel or something, or Greg Kinnear. It was like in the mid '90s, and it's after Kurt had died, and he's just there, and he's got an acoustic guitar, and he's chewing gum, and he's all like, "Tiny Dancer, 2 words," and he just starts out and singing it, and they recreate the whole thing. We'll have to watch that later.
Dude.
We'll YouTube that stuff later.
My favorite use of Tiny Dancer was probably in Almost Famous. Right
Jason
after
Lee.
Russell gets back on the bus, and their band manager's making that speech. He's like, "We shall hope to see you again next year."
Mm-hmm.
And then they get on the bus, and all the kids are cheering and waving goodbye and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me of a time after me and my band had a bad show. We had a bad show. We didn't have Tiny Dancer didn't come on, but instead it was American Pie. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys was drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This'll be the day that I die." And we just started singing along. Me and Chad just started singing along. And then Zach started playing the acoustic guitar in the background, just playing along with it. And we just started just jamming out to it. And I remember Anthony was just hitting the steering wheel as hard as he could. Like, "Bye, bye, Miss America." And it was just like one of the best moments I'd ever had, dude.
This is definitely the Don McLean version and not the Madonna version.
Oh, gosh.
And I met a girl who sang the blues.
Oh, gosh.
And I asked
Janis
her for
Joplin.
some happy news.
You see, that song has so many references to great rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Dead music died. Buddy Holly.
Yeah, Buddy
Big
Holly,
Bopper.
Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper, yeah.
We were talking about that earlier.
February 3rd, 1959.
Buddy Holly.
Could you imagine where rock music would be if Holly wouldn't have died?
Well, Every Day wouldn't have been in Pulp Fiction.
Huh?
Every Day is the song, the Buddy Holly that's playing in Pulp Fiction when he's hitting the jukebox.
Yeah.
It's like, every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours will surely come my way.
Well,
and it's
could
in
you
Stand
imagine?
By Me.
Yeah. Yeah. But just imagine where, rock would be. Imagine where Chicano rock would be. Mexican rock, Mexican
We'd be
rockers.
nowhere
with Richie Valens.
We would probably never had Los Lobos without Richie Valens.
Yeah, or Selena, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had so many Tejano and a lot of great artists. Yeah, here I am, going off.
Oh, you're
topic.
fine. I can go on tangents.
But
We all go on tangents. Like me, I want some ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. You know what, dude? Where's the nearest creamery? The nearest place where you can get your stuff, your ice cream mixed together and stuff.
That'd be
Kingsport?
Johnson City
Kingsport?
or
JC. Oh,
Kingsport?
JC or Knoxville.
okay, never mind.
Because we used to have the one up beside where we were earlier. Where
Yeah, the
Pizza Hut
slab.
was.
Yeah,
the Frozen Stone Creamery used to be there, but it's
And
not
then-
anymore.
Wait. Well, that's
one's not
yogurt.
there.
What's the yogurt one? Remember me and you
Sweet
went there
Frog.
one time.
There's a Sweet Frog here.
That was over next to
It's
Food
where,
City
Yeah.
on Tennessee side.
Oh no, that was TC.
But is that still
It's
there? Is
gone,
it-
gone.
But
there is
wait a
place
minute.
called Sweet
Isn't
Frog.
there like a Baskin Robbins in the Bristol Mall?
No.
That mall's closed now.
Oh yeah.
It closed at 6 on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to work there. Woohoo!
Well, we can go. Well, we can go to
There's
a
a
store
Sonic down the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sonic.
There's a Sonic here.
Yeah, we can go there and
There's
get
some
some ice
McDonald's.
cream. But gosh, dude, we are at 30. We are almost at 3,500 measures. This is insane. I've never had a podcast go this long. Never. None of the ones with Dustin or none of the ones with the guys. Dude, this is huge. I cannot wait until we put this online. This is going to be massive. This is going to be like 2.5 hours.
Mm.
Oh,
It's
dude,
crazy.
people will keep listening as long as we keep them entertained.
If you say it.
It's kind of a question right there.
Well, I'll just edit that out. You see, everything I'm saying now can be edited out. Ha 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 ha.
Jesse, what
Please
are you
just
doing?
loop back in and say edit it out.
Edit
so that
it
way
out.
it's like there's this mystery gap.
Yeah, like the missing 48 minutes of the Nixon tapes.
My point exactly.
Yeah, be like just a blank section. Be like, edit it out for your protection. Edit it out for your protection. Edit it out for your. And we're back, ladies and
It'd
gentlemen.
be like Minority Report.
Oh yeah, the
one of my
Pentagon Papers.
Favorite movies, Minority Report.
Oh
With,
yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Actually,
Yes.
the book is even better. I've got the book somewhere over there.
Did you ever read the graphic novel?
No, I didn't
Oh,
know
they
there
made a
was
graphic
one.
novel. I didn't know that.
I like how the book it actually is like a flip of like a report, like it would be like on a notebook.
yeah,
and it just
yeah.
goes up like this.
I know what you
I'd
mean.
never had a book that would flip up like that as you read it. But I'm a big fan of that author, and I keep forgetting who. It's
Philip K. Dick.
Philip K. Dick. He did Paycheck, which I also have with
Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Blade
Blade Runner,
Scanner Darkly.
Scanner Darkly.
Richard
Didn't that have
Linklater.
wait a minute? What movie that had
Linklaters.
Keanu Reeves in it?
Yeah,
And
it
it
was
was like
rotoscoped.
all rotoscoped.
That was a Scanner Darkly with
Scanner
Keanu
Darkly.
Reeves
That's what I thought.
by Richard Linklater, who's another
Who
one of
also
my
did
favorite
Slacker.
directors. Huh?
Who also did Slacker.
And Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Awesome
Richard
movies.
Linklater, I mean, the Slacker was what got Kevin Smith into making Clerks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because, I mean, he saw it happen that way.
And then also the what was School of Rock, which is also good by Richard Linklater. Oh gosh,
Jesse,
I can't.
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'm almost done with you. And
With
then I
him?
gotta play with him. That sounds naughty.
It does sound very naughty.
Sounds
Sounds
nutty.
very, very naughty. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Wait, I should have did it in that creepy voice. I'm almost done with you. Then I'll be going on to him.
The creepy, sexy voice. The creepy, sexy voice.
Why did you leave the pizza in the car?
Oh my, why did I leave the pizza in the car? That's like half a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, meat lover. Wait, that came out wrong.
Oh God! It's too late, man. Context be damned.
We've gone on for now almost 2 hours and not had one single point.
No, we haven't. This is awesome. I cannot wait for
This is
us
more
to
of a
keep
test
doing this.
run.
Well, dude, test run. Dude, this will be podcast number 1.
And a half.
1 and 3/4.
1.3.21 chicken.
Yes!
Part pie.
I have the flux capacitor.
Part pie.
3.14.
3.14. But it's actually it's actually fully continuous, dude. Which is
They actually
crazy.
say that this year's pi, they say that February 14th this year will be pi, because 3.1413 is actually the next letters as it goes, or the next numbers.
Jeez.
So
That's crazy.
Leave it to science.
Leave it to math and science. Math and science, the brother and sister.
she blinded me with science.
Dude, that was totally in Eureka. And it was
That's lovely.
awesome. That was like a best episode ever. Because I wasn't expecting it. And here he goes. Boom. Busts it out. I'm like, oh, drool. Oh, drool.
From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intention?
Weird science.
Every time I hear that one part, I think of the Turtles when they're downstairs playing in the, I think it was the second one, where you hear the trumpets.
Mm-hmm.
It just reminds me of the Turtles just goofing off.
Danny Elfman was. Did you know that that's Danny Elfman in Oingo Boingo?
No.
Yeah, Danny Elfman, the composer. He was part of Oingo Boingo for over 15 years.
Dead Man's Party.
Yeah, dude.
It's Dead Man's Party.
And he made like 10 albums with them, and quit in 1995 to be a full-time composer. And dude, he's like one of the biggest names in composing.
Now, yeah.
Well, now, yeah.
Like, in all honesty, we need to take him out so we could have a job.
Who?
Danny Elfman?
Yes.
No.
I want to work with Tim Burton.
Well,
Tim Burton. Well, yours and his art styles would mesh really well. I mean, honestly, just your drawings of us by themselves would be awesome. He'd want to do an animated short, like an animated movie just with us. That'd be hilarious.
Boing.
Boing.
Oh, I'd love to be part of his freaking claymation team. I'd be in heaven.
Well, dude, he'd probably make you co-director with if you did good if you helped formulate and stuff.
Oh heck yeah, I'd do more than formulate. What?
I don't know. I watched some of the behind the scenes things for Nightmare, and I don't think I would have the patience to do what Nightmare Before Christmas did.
Well, it's gotten a lot more streamlined since.
With Jack's eyes, though, I mean, he had like so many different pictures that he took for Jack's eyes.
Yeah, like for his eyes and his head. Oh my god!
There were at least 30 different pictures that he took in some pieces.
Well, you look at the characters as a whole. I mean, honestly, their facial reactions are like massive. Mm-hmm. Like the mayor of Halloween Town. The head switching around.
Oh yeah,
that's massive in itself. It's just like I watched Celebrity Deathmatch was one of my favorite shows for the longest time. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see it?
Oh yeah.
Well, I watched a lot of their stuff, and it was basically just arms moving and different mouths and their mouths moving, and that's it. Mm-hmm. You didn't see like heads, like their heads like bobbling left and right like they do, and more facial twitches as you see in Tim Burton movies. Mm-hmm. But I see that in the Tim Burton movies, and I'm just astounded by the detail that they go to, like in Corpse Bride, and I watched Frankenweenie.
I did see Frankenweenie.
I haven't seen it yet.
No, we didn't. What did we see?
We saw Paranorman.
Paranorman.
Yeah. We wanted to see Frankenweenie, but I was in Florida when it was released.
But Paranorman and Frankenweenie, those are both from Tim Burton's animation studio, which. I thought Paranormal was better. Just putting that out there. But that's just my personal preference.
I didn't see the other one. So.
No, we haven't seen it yet.
Well,
I know it's out.
Well, Frankenweenie was good. I mean, I've seen the original. I saw the original Tim Burton.
Freaking the Easter egg in Nightmare Before Christmas special edition.
Yeah.
Freaking A. Love it.
I saw that. They actually had that on Disney a long time ago. They actually had that on Disney, and it kind of scared me as a kid. But I watched the Claymated movie, and
be honest, what scared me as a kid?
What?
Beetlejuice.
Like
the opening, the opening music, like the and like the spider coming up over the thing.
If you really listen to it, isn't that Batman in a different tone?
Yeah, it's in the same key. It's just different. It's just different structure.
And for some reason, as a kid, it scared me. Like I love the movie to death, but that sound, I guess, just I don't know.
My favorite part was when they unleashed Beetlejuice, when they dug him out of the model, and just his Michael Keaton. What me and Jesse have talked about this. Michael Keaton was perfect as Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah,
he was Beetlejuice.
Cannot get anybody else to do that.
Yeah, because he was awesome because his switchover was hilarious. It's like because I remember Alec Baldwin. His like, what are your credentials? And he's like, oh well. I attended Juilliard. I graduated from Harvard Business School. I travel quite frequently, and I survived the Black Plague, and I had a pretty damn good time during that. And I've been and I've seen The Exorcist about 157 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. But not to mention, you're also talking to a dead guy here. Now, what do you think? You think I'm qualified? And then all of a sudden they're like, well, hey, can you be scary? And he's like, oh, sure, can I be scary?
Scary.
And then he's like, hey,
you like this?
You like it?
Freaking love it.
It's just the timing. The Michael Keaton's timing was absolutely perfect as Beetlejuice.
No, I'd love to see him and Tim Burton hook up one more time.
Yes, I'd like to see that too.
His other phenomenal role, though, and something completely different, is Multiplicity.
Multiplicity.
He plays in
Yes,
I have it too, and it's so amazing where he's playing Doug 1, Doug 2, and Doug 3.
Yeah. No, like the patience.
Well, Doug 4, I guess.
Doug 4, yeah.
I mean, there's 4
I want
of them.
pizza. I want pizza.
She touched my peppy, Steve.
It's my puppy, Steve.
We're gonna eat a dolphin.
Yeah.
Dolphin.
But yeah, I remember seeing him in Mr. Mom, and Jaws the freaking killer vacuum.
This is a girl I met down at the gas station. She asked me if she'd like to nuke my corn dog.
You're gonna kill me.
What gas station you been going to?
I have no idea.
Man, can I nuke your hot dog?
Nuke my corn dog.
Nuke your corn dog. Just don't let him nuke your hamburger.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I remember freaking the A-Team. The new A-Team movie with
I
Liam
haven't
Neeson.
seen the new one.
You haven't?
No,
It's
I'm
pretty
so
good,
behind.
actually.
It is. It surprised me on how how
Liam
good.
Neeson.
Liam Neeson, he did good as Hannibal.
Is he?
But the biggest surprise for me was Shardo Copley as Howlin' Mad, as Howlin' Mad Murdoch, because he was hilarious in that. He was like, Face, how do you want your burger? And Face is like, oh, nuke it. And he pours gunpowder on it, flips it over, and it gets nuked. And he's like, hey, Murdoch, don't put antifreeze on my burger again. It was good, but I don't want any more facial paralysis.
I haven't seen it at all.
And Rampage was pretty good too. Rampage is
I'm so
as
used to
BA.
George Papard and
George Papard. Yeah, well, the original A-Team, I watched it when I watched
Adams.
it. Huh?
Amy Adams is the girl. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
it was her character name. I don't remember what her name is.
I can't remember either.
It's
Gosh.
that one girl.
That one girl. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call
That's
the ones that we can't think of from now on. That one girl.
The guy who played Face, I don't remember his name either, but he was also in another movie with Roddy Piper that was about wrestling that was promoted with music with it. It's called Body Slam. Rock and Wrestling.
Oh gosh.
I remember him in that too. So.
The Barbra Streisand boxing movie. Main of John Peters. Kevin Smith, his conversation about John Peters.
Oh my god.
It's like, you have to have a giant spider fight Spider-Man in the final act. He's like, why?
Giant spider.
He's like, do you know anything about spiders? Spiders are the most deadly predators in their kingdom.
Habitat. I know now everything about spiders.
And he's like, and he goes back to the studio. He's like, yeah, I spoke with John. How was your meet with John? It was good. It was good. Did he mention the spider? Every freaking
minute.
Every freaking minute he mentioned that spider. Then he went and watched Wild Wild West with Will Smith, and he's sitting there. He's like, "Well, this is crap." Now all of a sudden, they go to the middle of the Grand Canyon, and all of a sudden,
Spider.
giant mechanical spider.
They actually talk about that movie being the start of steampunk.
Well, the start of no.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Steampunk was way before Wild Wild West, but they talk about that
It
movie.
helped.
It helped, yeah, but
Yeah,
but
I know.
steampunk is something else. Was way before that.
I know.
It was like forged in comics, wasn't it? It was like
Forged in Comics.
Forged in comics. It was whose art style was it? H.R. Giger who originally came up with the style. No, Giger did the Alien. Giger did Aliens. Alex Garland? No, not Garland.
It's not even Frank Miller. Frank Miller was Batman. And
Oh yeah. Frank Miller's Dark Knight series and Year One.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know that they've released Dark Knight on as a Frank Miller thing now, right?
Yeah.
It's like Animated? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also did that with Year One.
Year One's been out before, though.
Yeah, Year One. Well, Frank Miller helped with the animation and all that, which was awesome. Dude, let's see. Let me look up. What were we talking about?
Steampunk.
Steampunk. Okay. Let me look up the birth of
Whitney
steampunk.
Houston.
What?
What?
I think he's trying to mess with you. We'll always hate you, Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. Ghostbusters 2. Man, we're going to get away with proton packs. My kid brother wants one.
Yeah, that was Bobby Brown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What a... Oh, gosh. That's just horrible.
That
Okay.
was funny. Horrible or not, that was funny.
Almost as bad
My
as...
kid wants one of those.
It's almost as bad as Vanilla Ice being in the second Turtles movie. Go Ninja, go
Ninja,
Ninja,
go,
go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Well, you know why it was, though, right?
Because it's when he was popular.
Aha, here we are. Let's see.
Oh, dramatic music.
It says here that steampunk...
Birth of
Let's see.
steampunk.
Such technology found in steampunk may include fictional machines like those found in the works of H.G. Wells and Jules Verne.
H.G.
Or the modern authors Philip Pullman, Scott Westerfeld, and China Miéville.
Nah, I vote the first one.
I don't know those other three.
Philip Pullman?
Yeah.
Let's see. Philip Pullman. Let's
Definitely, I
see.
could see H.G. Wells. Or
Yeah,
H.G.
Philip Pullman,
Wells.
England. Yeah.
Is
England.
it sad I probably wouldn't known who Jules Verne was if it wasn't for Back to the Future?
Yes, me too.
It's a little sad.
Me too. Hey,
They didn't teach us any of that.
They didn't teach us that in school.
I read that
dude.
book. I read that book on my own
These guys.
because of Back to the Future.
Yeah, his Dark Materials. The Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. That's what's considered some of the best. Let's see. Steampunk may also refer to clothing styles from history, 20th century precursors. Fritz Lang's Metropolis, the movie Metropolis in 1927.
Oh golly.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, look at the poster for this movie.
Oh, I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's definitely steampunk. I see that. Fritz Lang, where's he from? Seems here he's from Vienna, Austria. Vienna, Austria, Hungary. Let's see.
The same place as Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's going to pump you up.
Oh yeah, and then popularized by Wild Wild West, the TV series, and then later by Wild Wild West, the movie, and then Steam Boy, and then Brazil in 1985. Brazil. Have you ever seen Steam Boy, the animated movie?
Yeah.
I got a yes and a no. But anyway, Steam Boy is one of my most favorite underrated animes. I mean, it didn't get the respect it deserved, I felt. But, well. Here I am gushing about a movie no one's seen. Except for Jesse. And I wish they would have made a sequel. They could have done so much more. I mean, honestly, they could have had, Ray and Scarlet team up.
It's fast, but
Wait, I'm moving.
I was about to say, we haven't moved this entire time. But oh well. Yeah, it looks good, dude. I like that. Yeah.
What am I doing?
you're jumping in excitement.
Yay.
Yay.
Hooray.
I kind of like the one that's not sketched. I mean, I kind of like the one that's not animated.
Mine?
You mean just the
The
stick?
one, the two. Well, no, the two of us that's not moving.
Me?
The one of I like the you had two.
It's got you almost fully animated. Me, I'm just a
He's just a
wireframe.
stick.
I'm just a wireframe.
He's just a
Right.
stick.
I like just the original drawing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do too. I love that. But just animated. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
For what it is, that's
For the time
animated.
he's
That's
been
pretty
doing
good.
this, yeah.
He's been doing this entire time, dude. Yeah, send that to me in a send that to me, and I'll get that. I'll put that on with this video. It'll be awesome. And this is like a precursor of things to come. We've got the podcast here, and then later we're going to do like Jesse's wanting to do animated stuff. Once he gets like base models for us down and everything, he'll be able to do a lot more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But for what he's done here in the last hour or so, is amazing. I wish you people could see this. Your jaws would hit the floor if you could see this. Whoop. Whoop.
Monkey.
Evil monkey.
Evil monkey. Oh gosh.
Bong. Bong.
Wong.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bong.
So
you're talking about that.
I am your singing telegram.
Boom. Look at us.
I love Clue.
I do too. That's one of my favorite comedies. Tim Curry made that movie.
Tim Curry makes that movie completely. And it's so funny, though, that can be the same guy who's the clown in It.
Yeah,
even better.
And Dr. Frankenfurter.
Dr. Frankenfurter.
Well, he's
Exactly.
the devil in Legend, too.
Yep.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just such a different everything. But
Different
Well, dude, he's just a good character. I mean, honestly, whenever people say Tim Curry needs to play this, it needs to happen. Tim Curry needs to play that part.
Oh, yeah. Tim Curry is the man.
Tim Curry is awesome. He I think Nostalgia Critic said it best. He is a living puppet. He is a living puppet. I mean, honestly.
That I named George.
I'm going to pet him and squeeze him and stroke him and call him George.
My George.
You saying that reminds me of Chris Farley in Tommy Boy.
Oh, gosh.
No, dude. It's from the part where he's got that biscuit and he's like, oh, my furry little pet, I love you. I'm going to pet it, and then I massage it, and then I take my naughty little pet. You're naughty, and then I'm gonna take my nice little furry little pet. And I'm gonna go
Crush it.
Oh, I killed it. I killed my pet. And that's when I blow it.
Where are all the puppies, George?
And then the woman serving them is just like, God, you're sick.
I just made it a Mice and Men reference.
Which one?
Of Mice and Men.
A Mice and Men.
Where he killed the puppies. Yeah.
I killed the puppies.
Not the puppy, George.
Not the puppy, George.
It was one of the first things I ever saw in the theater. Was of Mice and Men that Bard reviewed.
God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Dude. I just had a bad flashback to one of my first movies as a kid. Imagine this. You're a kid, about 4 or 5 years old. It's a Saturday, and it's raining outside. Your mother goes out to get groceries, and while she's out, she looks for a movie to keep, me entertained.
Pacified.
Huh?
Pacified.
Well, yeah, pacified. Well, there I am, my sister's watching me, and we come back, and my mom comes back, and she gets a movie that it looked like a child's movie. Honestly. On the front of the cover, there were these cute little rabbits.
Oh no.
Hopping in a field. Don't spoil it if you know what it is.
I'm trying to think.
And all of a sudden, she puts the movie in. And the name of the movie is Watership Down. Oh.
Nope.
Oh, God. My mother went to go do her stuff. And there I was, left to watch this movie about rabbits killing each other. Killing each other. Getting eaten by bloodhounds. And getting torn apart by cats. And, oh, God. Oh.
Wow. How old were you?
4 or 5 years old.
Wow.
And
okay. What was your first big theater experience though when you actually went to the movies? Do you
remember? Gosh, I remember. Let's see.
First one you actually remember?
Oliver and Company.
Boo Boo Kitty.
That's not a movie.
Dude, no, that's Jay and Silent Bob. You jerk.
It's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah. No, me.
Can't be the first thing.
Me,
you
it was probably Oliver and Company. Its first release in 1991.
The first thing I actually remember seeing in the theater is 1989's Tim Burton Batman.
Really?
It's the first thing I can remember.
That's a good memory.
I'm sure that I saw other things, but it's the first one I actually remember.
Mine's the best.
What's
It
that?
was 1987, and it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sequel.
TMNT 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Secret of the Ooze.
Yes.
Then I had to have seen something else.
That one's probably my biggest guilty pleasure. I love the first one better than the second one, but I've seen the second one more.
I may have
because
seen Bambi one time in the theaters.
Oh, Bambi's mom.
I am a little bit older
that-
than you guys.
I watched that when I was a kid, and I cried because
Bambi's mom died.
yes,
And they're cutting down the forest.
yes,
What kind of movie is this for kids?
yes.
The kind where tricks isn't for kids either.
No, it's not.
Silly rabbit. Tricks
Silly
are for
rabbit.
kids. No, they're not.
You can't have your tricks.
You can't have your tricks. You're not old enough.
You can't have your pudding unless you've ate your meat.
My dad.
Oh, damn.
My dad.
Pink
Oh,
Floyd.
there you go, Pink Floyd. My dad actually made fun of that. He's like, you want pudding? How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Wow.
How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
That's what the 6th floor of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is right now. It's a big tribute to Pink Floyd. It's got
Really?
it's got the big like statue from the concerts and
Oh my
the
god.
TV and the chair.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Dude,
in there.
I actually wrote a stage play based around that as an assignment. They said take one of your favorite things, a play that you've seen previously, one of your favorite, movies, one of your favorite album, your music albums, and just write a coherent first act of a play. I wrote an entire play, an entire 3-act play based 2-act play based around Pink Floyd's The Wall. Act 1 was CD 1 and Act 2 was CD 2. And I changed some of the songs around in order, to make it a more coherent story. But I hadn't seen, and I had seen Pink Floyd's The Wall, the movie, and it was, for me it was a little too
It's far.
well not just far, but little off. It's not explained very well. And
Yeah.
I think that's the point of the album, because the album's kind of a noise album too, because there's random noises in the background to inspire different things. But
Which
I
did
tried-
y'all notice that at the beginning of Back to the Future, some of those noises were also like the Pink Floyd album, the Wall album, with the alarm clocks and stuff going off?
yeah,
Did y'all notice that?
Yeah.
That I just saw that and smiled. I'm like, now is that a reference? Do y'all think that was an actual reference? Do y'all
Yeah.
think that was this, Steven Spielberg and saying, hey, it has to do with time, so let's get all these alarm clocks.
yeah. Well, probably one of the things I've seen that made me smile, Pink Floyd reference wise, was The Dark Side of the Rainbow, playing The Wizard of Oz to Pink Floyd's The Wall, and it works in a lot of areas.
It does.
It does.
It's not meant to.
No, it's not.
But it does.
It's one of those happy little ironies that just makes you smile.
Yeah, my buddy Wes. When did y'all do it? Because my buddy Wes, me and him, one day he found out about this. He went all over the place. He found Blockbuster. Next thing I know, he's coming over with a CD of the Wall.
Or is it Dark Side or Dark?
No, Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah,
it was
Dark
Pink
Side.
Floyd. Yeah, it was the Moon.
Dark Side. Yeah.
And he goes, we're going to go watch Dark Side of the Rainbow. I'm like, what the hell's Dark Side of the Rainbow? And so he goes in. He goes, after the second roar, we push play on this, and they say if you push repeat as well, like repeat the whole CD, it will still line up with everything else.
Yeah.
And so we did it, and oh my golly, it was insane. We had the sucker on mute, and it fell so good a line. And then one of my other buddies, what he did was, this was when I was in college and I was going to film school and whatnot.
Yeah.
He extracted the audio from The Wizard of Oz, where it was just the vocals. And then after he took the vocals, we run out of memory.
Nope. Running out of power. I forgot to plug it up.
So, he goes through with the, he stripped all the vocals. So now we're
losing power.
He grabs the vocals and imports it with the CD that has the Dark Side of the album on it. And it, oh my golly, even watching it with just the vocals and that sound going on in the background is even more trippy.
I still need to do it. I know that it does it, but I still need to do it.
Well, my friend...
I'm up for it. When you up for doing it next Sunday?
Well, I mean, there's a thing...
next Sunday's the Super Bowl, dude.
Super Bowl.
Well, that's right. You got plans next Sunday.
I got plans, yeah.
Well, I got plans, too. I'm going to Mountain Empire Comics.
I was going to say...
75% off.
I was about to say, next Saturday, y'all want to do it? The thing? Go to the UFC thing?
Potential. It just
It's
depends.
definitely out there.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm dying for people to go with me because the last time I've gone, it's just been me and my dad. And it used to be me, my friend, my dad, Michael Ramey, and my cousin Zach. Two of my good friends from Wise.
Yeah.
But, oh gosh. Coming back into this, it sounds kind of trippy. But we have power, and we can keep going as long as we want. But since we're almost at 4,500 measures, which is well over 2 hours.
I think we're at a residual stopping point.
I think so. We're almost there. But, we want to do our regular sign-off and all that, which we need to come up with.
We never even talked about that.
No, we didn't. But this is how I'm going to sign off. I'm just going to say, keep listening to music, keep playing video games, listen to your parents sometimes, and on to you, Sean.
I'm just wondering what I should say here.
Woogity, woogity, woogity.
Woogity.
Woogity, 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 woogity.
Please keep that. Yes, do that. Do that. Do it again.
No.
No.
Oh. It's like, when I heard that, I'm like, he's probably clearing his throat to sing.
I was not expecting that at all.
My sea of lonely. No.
All right.
Something comes from nothing every day.
This is true.
Oh, so we're going to do quotes?
Oh. We can do quotes. We can do whatever we want, dude.
You can do whatever you want. But I mean, that's pretty much what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, take what you want to do and just do it. Because something comes from nothing.
Yeah. Live life. For you never know when it may end.
And the marvelous Jesse now?
Be careful of pink elephants. They like to suck your balls.
Pink elephants, everybody!
Wow.
Beware of the pink
Pink
elephants.
elephants.
This is the first podcast. What do you think we should call this? The Great Chaos Podcast?
Not even sure.
The pink elephants.
The Pink Elephant Podcast.
Because they think about it, they won't hear this till the end.
The Pink Elephants Podcast.
Why do they call it the Pink Elephant Podcast?
Bingo!
Didn't Bud
Pink Elephant
Ice already
Podcast.
do that?
This is our first podcast. We thank you for listening
The only thing I
in.
could think of that done it was Dumbo.
Well, the pink elephant seeing that creeped me out. But let's stop before we keep.
Had no pupils?
Nope. Stop. Empty
season.
eyes. That's it. That's the end. Goodbye.
Episode 1,
Thank you.
Season 1. Bye.
Bye.